spend a lot during the day looking around my coal. I can never shave my shadowy face. Looking around that coal, I scream, hey, hey, it's the good life I live. I work hard for the weekend, I do my job just right. I work hard just to pay my bills and take care of my wife. I'm screaming, hey, hey, it's the good life. But you're kicking my soul in the face harder than you should. Running your machines all over my things, and you're breaking my family's goods. But I know you're right, you were faster and wiser. With my hands they work fine, they work just fine. And they'll never get tired as long as I'm alive. It's the good life. Well, I work hard for the weekend, I do my job just right. I work hard just to pay my bills and take care of my beautiful wife. I'm screaming, hey, hey, don't take away my good life. But you're kicking my soul in the face harder than you should. Running your machines all over my things, and you're breaking my family's goods. But I know you're right, you were faster and wiser. With my hands they work fine, they work just fine. And they'll never get tired as long as I'm alive. Good life I live, yeah, yeah, it's the good life I live.
What have been some of the highlights of your career? If you were to pinpoint, a couple of the highlights.
I opened for Lucinda Williams with Brown. That was a huge highlight because it was like the first time that I'd ever got to play a big theater. And now, I don't play theaters on a regular basis, but I've played multiple since then. But ever since then, it's a hometown theater show, and it was awesome. I opened for Nora Jones, Lyle Lovett, Lucinda, played with Paul Thorne at Jim Porter's. That was a wild night. But the highlights that always stick in my mind are just the people that I've played with, people that I've been surrounded by. And then hitting the road this past 2 years. I've toured with Ben Solee, I've done some things with Houndmouth, and it's been good.
Do you want to talk some about your relationship with Ben?
Yeah, sure. Ben and I met at Beer Nose Pizza. I was playing a cover song set, making some extra cash. I was singing like CCR and Frank Sinatra. Every once in a while I'm throwing him out and stuff. My buddy Chris came in and he was just like, man, Ben Solee just walked in. And I was like, oh, cool. And Ben and I had some mutual friends. Mm-hmm. So I went up and introduced myself, and he had heard of me, which blew my mind at that point. And at that point I was still just like starstruck. It was Ben Solee.
Yeah.
And now, since then, we've run in the same circles, and one of my dear friends, I love the guy with all my heart. Definitely a very close friend. And he came out with a record called Dear Companion with Jim James and Daniel Martin Moore, and Jim worked as the producer, and I listened to that record over and over, and I love the idea of songwriters taking their songs and giving it to a producer, and the producer rearranging them or just arranging them and finish them off and hand them back and forth. And that's such a vulnerable experience. Vulnerable in a good way. Of taking your song and saying, make this, put your taste on it. And I told Ben how inspired I was by it. And I remember me, him, and Jim, and Daniel were at Louisville Loves Mountains hanging out, and Ben walked off by himself. And I just all of a sudden bluntly asked him, will you produce my record? And he was just like, well, yeah, of course. And did the record together. It took us a while because our schedules just never matched. And yeah, did an EP and went on the road together. Hope I can remember it.
You're an angel, I am a man. You bring heaven on down to me. You show you are holy by always trying to show me just who I ought to be. And I feel just like I've tried. You are good, I've been bad, but you know I wasn't made that way. Promise it's a phase, and it'll go away as soon as I make my plea. I said please, please, I'm so sorry. And I feel right inside. I feel right inside. And it's a tough place between you and I, but I feel we're gonna make it. And it's a common knowledge that a man should never cry, but you know I feel it. Yes, I feel it. Yes, I feel it. Yes, I feel it, baby. Yeah, yeah. Now forever, it's a long time, but you know I'm here to stay. We have been through the darkness, we have seen the light, and touched everything that grazes on the holy pastures, where we all hold on. We are closer to heaven. I'm not religious, but I will always pray that there's a tough place between you and I, but I feel we're gonna make it. And it's common knowledge that a man should never cry, but you know I feel it, feel it. Yes, I feel it, baby. Yes, I feel it. Yes, I feel it. Coming on stronger. Yes, I feel it through my bones. Yes, I feel it deep down in my soul. I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry I hurt you. Yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Well, it's a tough place between you and I, but I feel we're gonna make it. And it's a common knowledge that a man should Never cried, but you know I feel it. Yes, I feel it. Yes, I feel it. Yes, I feel it.